We are a neighborhood bakery. In each of the 3 neighborhoods that we're located in, we've made a really strong effort to become part of the fabric of the neighborhood. I grew up in a really traditional Taiwanese household, which means that we didn't have any sweets at all growing up. Until I got a little bit older and started to go to my friends' houses and have dinner with them. And that's when I was introduced to a whole world of sweets and desserts. It definitely opened up a whole new world for me. When I was in college, I started to bake cookies and sell them to the dormitory grill. It's kind of a side business. After I left college, I went on to become a management consultant, and I carried on that tradition of making cookies for other people by starting my own little home business that I called Joanne's Kitchen. And I thought to myself, I've always loved to cook. I've always loved to be in a kitchen. I'm going to take a year off and see what it's like to be in a professional kitchen. So I wrote to 4 of the top chefs in Boston, and I said, I have no experience whatsoever. There's really no reason why you should hire me, but I work really, really hard, and I'm willing to do anything just to see what it's like to work in a professional kitchen. And I got really fortunate and got a call back from Lydia Shire, who is one of the top chefs in Boston, and she had a restaurant called Biba at the time, and she hired me. And from there is where I decided that I wanted to be a professional baker. What I love most about baking and being in the kitchen is the tactile sensation of actually making something. I have always wanted to write a cookbook, but I had no idea how one goes about the process. And my co-author, Christy Matheson, is a friend of my husband's, and she contacted Christopher, my husband, and said, would Joe ever be interested in writing a cookbook? In the book, one of the things that I've been really happy with is the pear and cranberry crostata. Great combination of roasted pears with a little bit of ginger, an almond cream, some tart cranberries, all in a really flaky pie crust, and it's free form. It looks gorgeous, it tastes amazing. Our philosophy of baking at Flour is that things should taste great. If something is so good that when we take one bite, we can't stop eating it, then that's what goes on our menu. Those are the recipes that we decided to put in the book, the ones that people really clamor for. In terms of the passion and the day-to-day enthusiasm that you bring to the job, I think that's something that we can't teach and that we look for in all cooks when we hire them. Sometimes people from culinary school come to us with a really great skill set and they have the right attitude and they do awesome for us. And then sometimes people who come to us who have no background whatsoever in pastry are actually some of our best bakers. I have to be happy in my job or else I'm not going to care as much with what I do. And I don't think that's too uncommon. And we recognize that every day with our staff, and we try to make sure that they are feeling really proud of the work they do so that then they can spend the attention to detail that I would spend if I were in their shoes. If the staff is happy, everything else will follow. My all-time favorite thing at the bakery to eat is our pain au raisin. It's a breakfast pastry that's brioche that is spread with some vanilla pastry cream and sprinkled with golden raisins, and then it's rolled up like a jelly roll and then sliced, and then those are baked and then brushed with a really light vanilla glaze. I literally can't stop eating them. If I look at them and taste them, then I'll just eat them all. You know, I think everybody can learn to bake. That was one of my goals with the book, was showing somebody who might be a little bit nervous in the kitchen that even you can make this great banana bread or these awesome homemade Oreos. When the book first came out, I was getting, you know, maybe 5, 6, 10 emails a day from people who would show me pictures of what they had made. And I remember one woman who said, you know, I made this chocolate brioche for my mom and she cried. You know, it was just really, really amazing. One of our biggest triumphs has been beating Bobby Flay in the throwdown. He challenged me to a throwdown with our sticky buns, which we had been making for 6 or 7 years since we've opened the bakery. So it was pretty amazing to be on national television with something that we'd just been making all along. And we did triumph, we did win, and it's definitely taken our business into a totally different level. People come from all over and will come to Boston and seek us out and try the sticky bun. Our goals at Flour are to make great pastries. I mean, it's so gratifying when customers come in, order a bunch of things, and I'm kind of watching them, and they bite into something and they're swooning. When I watch people enjoy our stuff, it's really amazing knowing that I've been able to, with my staff, bring so much pleasure to people through food, and that's the whole goal of Flour, and that's the whole goal of the book. Our motto is make life sweeter, eat dessert first, because my thinking is that if you eat dinner first or lunch first, you might be too full to enjoy dessert, so you may as well start with the best part first.